my next trick, I need a shuffle pack of playing cards here. And I need this pack hitter to choose one of those cards over here. So please call out stop, stop here, perfect. I'm going to show you the next card over here, and I really need you to remember it. In this case, it is the 7 of clubs. Now, once you have memorized it, we can take it, lose it in the center of the pack, and I can tell you what I'm going to do. Now, I don't know if you have noticed that, but I'm having here a blue-backed deck on the table since the beginning of this trick. And I'm going to try something, we can call it an experiment, with the blue-backed deck. Now, I didn't tell you that I have here the King of Hearts and the King of Diamonds facing up in the middle of this pack. And I will try to make your selection, which was the 7 of clubs I think, to travel from here to here in between the kings. To make this happen, I just have to snap my fingers, and this should cause one card to jump in between the 2 red kings right over here. But I don't know if you can think about it, but that's not possible because this card is a blue-backed card and your selection is, of course, obviously a red-backed card. So this can't be your selection. So maybe we can try something to make the blue card in between the 2 red kings to change its color. To make this happen, again, a little bit of magic. And this should cause the card, the blue card, in between the 2 red kings to change its color. Now it's red. And of course, this card should be the 7 of clubs. And just in case you're wondering, this is just a double-backed card. So we actually don't need this. However, here is the 7 of clubs in between the King of Hearts and the King of Diamonds. And of course, if you really want to, you can keep the 7 of clubs as a souvenir. So here is explanation for this amazing sandwich effect, so to say. So for this effect, you need the red back deck and the blue back deck. And you're going to use the blue back deck and take out any 2 of a kind you wish. I prefer to use the 2 red kings. And you'll need a gimmicked card, which is the 7 of clubs. As you can see, on one side it is red and on the other side it is blue. And it is real simple to construct a gimmick. Now first of all, you take one of the red cards and cut it in half, like so. So you would have here a half of the red card over here. Then you take the half and take the 7 of clubs or any card out of the blue pack. In this case I'm using the 7 of clubs, and stick it using double-sided tape because you want to use a 7 of clubs for other tricks maybe, and stick it with double-sided tape on one half so it looks something like this, and that's basically the gimmick, okay? And since you have the other half remaining, you can make 2 gimmicks if you wish. And from the red pack, you're gonna take the 7 of clubs, so the matching card to your gimmick, and place it on top because you're gonna force it in a second. And the setup for the blue deck is very simple. You take the 7 of clubs, the blue side is looking to my right in this case, because I'm gonna spread the pack from right to left, okay? Sandwich it facing down in between the 2 red kings. Don't show it to the spectator because I want to have here a kind of a surprise. But if you wish, you can start the trick like such. You could show 2 single red kings, okay? And then go into the sandwich position and lose them in the middle of the pack, like so. Now you place the blue back deck somewhere on the table, so this pack here you can see it the whole time, and you can go on with the trick. You take the red pack, shuffle it if you wish, you have to keep the 7 of clubs on top, and you use any force technique you wish to force the 7 of clubs. I use the riffle force. Okay, so force the 7 of clubs, show it to the spectator, and once the spectator has memorized the 7 of clubs, you're going to say that you're going to lose it in the middle of the pack, and you have to control it to the bottom of the pack. And I prefer to control it to the top, and then use the overhand shuffle to control it to the bottom of the pack. And now you're ready. Once you have it on the bottom, you explain to the spectator what you're going to do. So I'm saying that I want the 7 of clubs to jump from here to here. And I mentioned that I've placed the red kings in the middle of the pack. And I want this selection to jump in between the red kings. Then I'm just talking, snapping my fingers, and I'm spreading the pack from right to left. That's very important because I want them to see the blue side of the gimmick card first. Okay, so it is a matching color with the remaining cards. And then I pause for a second and I say that can't be your selection because it is blue and obviously your card has to be red. Then I close the spread, and as I'm spreading the cards up, I just turn around the deck a little bit. Okay, or I just turn it around, I don't know, 180 or like just turn it around, okay? So the red card would be visible if you would spread it again. Okay, so first you're here, they can see the blue part. Then as you square it up, just spin the deck, so the red side is now here. And now toll again a little bit, snap your fingers and say the blue card should change to red. And reveal that the blue card really changed to red. And now what I do is, since you can't take it just out here because it is gimmick, you're gonna you have to close the spread, spread it again, so you would show it is a 7 of clubs, take out these 3 cards, okay? You can show the red kings, and as you're talking, I'm taking the red pack, okay, so the faces are looking towards myself because I don't want them to see the 7 of clubs, and I point to the kings, catch a break, okay, underneath the 7 of clubs while I'm here. Then I'm placing the 7 of clubs on the break over here on the second 7 of clubs. But I of course don't want the spectator to see that this is gimmicked and I have here a duplicate 7 of clubs. So it has to be a fluid motion. So you show them, have a break, place the 7 of clubs here, so the spectator didn't see the back of this one and he didn't see the 7 of clubs here. And now just perform a double lift, so turn over both of the cards above the break, and as you give the red card to the spectator, you have to turn your wrist so they can't see the gimmick over here. So you're here and give the 7 of clubs as a souvenir. And that's the end of the trick. And I really hope you enjoyed it. This is, in my opinion, one of my best creations so far. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.